Okay. Well, now.
You ready? Locked, cocked, and ready to rock. Since
Rock
the rain
it.
had stopped.
Rocket Man.
Alright. Alrighty, so I'm going to give a quick update on this bed where we pulled weeds about a month and a half ago and planted a bunch of leftover plants. Just give you a quick walkthrough and show you how it's going. So, if you want to walk up in here, check me out. Tomatoes, all the tomatoes are growing fairly decent. That pokeweed right there in front of the wall is not doing real well. It won't be doing real well because I'm going to yank it out of there. All the tomatoes are doing pretty good. Some of the squash, and I don't know what's what, I just threw it in here. We didn't really look when we did it. Some of the squash are doing alright. Some of it, we put 2 in each spot. That's a cucumber right there, so that's probably cucumber too. The nasturtiums are doing alright. Tomatoes, like I say, they're doing good. We've actually harvested a few tomatoes up here, some cherry tomatoes. Whoop, there it is, yanked one off, that's alright. Asparagus, it's growing. Weed, a lot of the weeds came back, part of life. Eggplants are all doing pretty good. And this one here actually has a flower on it, so I don't know, we may get some eggplant, who knows. We've never had eggplant. Never had luck growing eggplants, I should say. These yuccas, I don't personally care a whole lot for the plants, but they grow pretty good. We planted them probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, that tomato right there is doing real well. This here's doing real well too. These potato leaf ones, I'm sure they're these here is a Brandywine, either a pink Brandywine or a red Brandywine, one or the other. Hostas are getting flowers on them. This is gooseberry. It's doing pretty good. It's been in here probably 3 or 4 years, probably 5 years maybe.
Yeah.
Been there a while, and that's the nicest it's ever looked. But for the most part, the butterfly bushes and the tomatoes are doing about the best. Rose bush, that was a cutting from Mom's. It's almost done, bloomed for the year. Still got some wood. There's a watermelon, if you can see it through the weeds. That
Not
tomato
really.
there's got a tomato on it.
Ooh.
Pretty nasty. Back to my lovely bride. She likes them stupid things.
Yummy, coming to me. Oh my god, that was good.
I doubt it. There's another tomato hidden underneath there.
But it's loving that.
It looks like it is. It's looking
Some
really
shade.
good. Hidden in there.
It's getting ready to bloom.
Long butterfly bush. They're pretty. These hydrangeas, all the hydrangeas we got here, them things are beautiful. Just too bad they don't bloom for us. I don't know why they don't. Sometimes we'll get a bloom here and there, but for the most part we don't ever get nothing like that.
If you have any suggestions on how we can get blooms in our hydrangeas, let us know.
I've tried several different ways, but I've never accomplished it. But they are really beautiful, healthy plants.
They're huge.
There's another, this deer looks pretty ratty, but that's how they normally look for us. Eggplant, look pretty rough. As far as those potatoes go, we've harvested the last 2 weeks. We've harvested potatoes and took to the farmer's market. I'm not sure how many total. We don't weigh them. We just put them in quart baskets and sell them at the market. But yeah, so we've picked 2 weeks in a row. For the most part, the only thing in here doing any good is the tomatoes. Nothing else really. I don't think anything else is ever going to even produce that we put in this bed, but it was just an experiment anyway, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot if we get anything or not. Some of it looks alright. That there's whatever squash or cucumber that was, looks pretty ratty. Here's another honeysuckle. I don't know how many of them you see me. There's 3 right there. I don't want anybody to want to buy them stupid things. They grow like weeds, literally. The lilac, it did bloom this year. It's the first year in a while it bloomed. I'm gonna cut it down shorter this fall. When it goes dormant, it's gonna get a haircut, chopped off. But all the tomatoes seem to be doing all right. This eggplant right here is probably the nicest looking one as far as flower goes. That's pretty flower, but looks pretty rough. Another honeysuckle. Another honeysuckle. Yeah, I need to go through and weed it again. I ain't been weeded in a while. It's a month or so ago when you watched that video of us weeding it. That's the first it's been weeded in probably 2 or 3 years, literally. And it needs it again. But we'll have that, I guess, sometimes. I wish it would grow better in here, but it don't get much sun. It's pretty shaded right in here. But the tomatoes are doing all right for the most part. We're actually growing. Most all of them's growing pretty well. I want to take you down below and show you a few things that I seen down there the other day when I mowed. So this here, as you can see, is a mess, which is cool. I love it. It looks. I personally think it looks great. It's chaos. If you look real close, it won't be long. We're going to be harvesting spaghetti squash. We got spaghetti squash out our ears this year. Look how big that is. It growed clear outside the fence. It ain't far from being ripe. It ain't there yet, but it ain't far from it.
There's another one.
There's one there. There's one down in there. That's what I just pointed at. Over there's a huge one. If you can see it or not, but it's big. And we got these here is actually starting to ripen pretty good. This near's normal size, and it's all but ripe.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
It won't be long.
One.
This one right here, these couple right here are freaking huge. That one ain't so bad. This one right here, I don't know if I've ever seen one that big before. Look how big that thing is.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's a huge spaghetti squash. Insane how big that thing is.
Is there one inside the same?
I don't know if that one there, it might be a little smaller, but it ain't much smaller. So I don't know why they growed so good, and the rest of our butternuts, they're doing all right, but they're not doing like the spaghettis are. Well, I shouldn't say that. The spaghettis are starting to die back. The butternuts aren't dying back yet. We may have that many butternuts too. I have no idea, but I just thought that was neat how many and how big them things was. And the cucumber beetles doesn't seem to bother them at all, because them still healthy looking plants, except for what's dying off of them. Neighbors, they didn't know we was videoing, but there they are. They just got a new car. They're pretty cool. Anyhow, these here look good. I'm just impressed how nice they look.
That's
I
impressive.
just wanted to bring you down here and show you what we had growing on down here.
I'll
give you a good thorough garden tour of this in another week or so. I'll let you see all of this. This week, tomorrow's the farmer's market where we go to. When we come home, depending on the weather, it's supposed to be like 90-something degrees. I probably won't do it tomorrow afternoon, but tomorrow evening, I'm probably going to harvest the red Pontiac potatoes that we planted here this spring. If I do that tomorrow evening, I will bring you along for that, because I'm pretty excited how many we're going to have. Them potatoes there's pretty much, they're starting to die back. They look good. I pulled one plant out. The other day. I just pulled it out. I didn't dig it up. I just pulled it, and I had over a quart of potatoes in that just one plant. And that was just pulling it. That wasn't digging. So we should have a really good harvest. We got two 75-foot rows of those potatoes, so we should have a really good harvest of those. And we'll definitely find out this weekend, and we'll bring you along for sure on that. So at this point in time, we're going to call it done. It rained. We got to get ready for the market. And I still ain't eaten nothing yet. So anyhow, till we meet again, take care and God bless.
And away he goes.